Hello, I'm Clyde, and I'm here for one of our new cards on the Space-Time Smackdown expansion, and it's Palkia X. Although this kind of like Manaphy really is the star here. It's one energy slash with 30 damage that lets you fight in the early game, but its Dimensional Storm with 150 damage clears most Pokemon, but since it's 4 energy, it's actually Manaphy who will do a lot of lifting with its Oceanic Gift that lets us gain energy for Palkia and another one on the bench, ideally Eevee, that we will evolve later into Vaporeon. The pros is basically if you start with Manaphy and a Palkia on the bench, you are most likely able to win because you can clear a Pokemon right away when you get the 4 energy, and if you have Vaporeon, you can transfer the other energies from Vaporeon to Palkia again to clear another Pokemon in 2 turns. We also have Misty in the deck, so more chances of gaining energy. It's actually game winning if you manage to hit heads, and the cons is if you discard 3 energy after a Dimensional Storm, so that's why we need Manaphy a lot. And it's really reliant on starting with Manaphy. I know I'm reiterating this many times by now. So, although starting with Palkia isn't end of the world since we can run the cost reducers like Leap. So, this is the ramen strategy, I mean the game strategy. So, I'm comparing it to a ramen. You start with the beef or meat of the deck, which provides our power, which is Palkia. It is our win condition and ideally the one that we will provide energy from Manaphy. Then noodles or heart of the deck. Since it's the key element to all our strategy, it will provide energy for Palkia to get it up and running. The broth of the deck is Vaporeon. Its ability wash out. It allows us to realign our excess energy provided by Manaphy, making sure we always have energy for Palkia. So it's kind of like how we want the broth. And then we have the egg of the deck. It's Misty. Don't. This is why I say when people are running Misty that don't think of it as a win condition, but rather as a bonus if it heads. Manaphy is still the mostly the win condition of this deck, so you will rely on Manaphy a lot. Leaf will be able to retreat an Eevee or Palkia if we start with them, so we can use Manaphy instead. And our mandatory card draws or our veggies are highly important. Professor's Research and Pokeball. Giant Cape is needed so that Manaphy or Palkia can survive certain thresholds from the 50 HP. So there are some Pokemon that hits 50 right away like Skarmory and 150 HP in the end. For example, another Palkia or Mew. So another turn of Manaphy is always great. Cyrus is incredibly potent here since Dimensional Storm hits everybody. We can knock out anything, especially an X Pokemon for that sweet 2 points. And the most flexible card in this deck is Sabrina. So this is the one that you will most likely replace, but I advocate it and putting it in your deck because the Darkrai Magnezone matchup is atrocious. Sabrina is your only chance in fighting that matchup, so you can swap out their Dradigan with their Magnezone or Darkrai, which both help in defeating Palkia since they all add up to 150 exact damage. I have the gameplay to show you that later on. If you don't like Sabrina, there's another Cyrus, which is also good, or X-Speed to gain free energy from Manaphy that you can transfer later on from Vaporeon or want to switch out Palkia. Articuno is also something you can consider if you don't want to rely on Dimensional Storm, but since we rely on Manaphy a lot, removing one EV for Articuno can maintain the consistency. And that's it. Let's dive into the gameplay. So now we're starting off with Manaphy on this one. And we're fighting a Dark Energy, so I guess this will be Darkrai again. One of the top decks in the meta game at the moment. So luckily we started with Manaphy and then we already have Palkia in hand. And we also have Misty. So we can put the gameplay of using Oceanic Gift to give Palkia energy. Hopefully we also get... Oh yeah, we also have Eevee. So yeah, this is the ideal scenario for us. And they won't be killing this Manaphy with their Spiritomb anytime soon. So they're running the Weavile Darkrai deck. So yeah, this is the game plan. So we're putting Misty on Palkia just in case... Oh wow, so we got lucky on that one. So Manaphy use Oceanic Gift. And... I think I made a mistake of putting Eevee on the bench since they can deal all damage, but hey, that's okay, just in case of a backup. And now we can use Vaporeon to transfer. Although I'm not gonna put Palkia right away since I know I can keep this manaphy still alive and still gain a lot of energy. So this, by doing it this way, we can do 2-dimensional storms, one after the other, and then okay, so they killed it because of Darkrai, and then we're gonna use the Palkia. So this is 2-dimensional storm because of the too much excess energy. Yeah, I'm not. Also, I used the washout. Ideally, you don't want to use it right away because they might kill Palkia, but since I don't think they have any way of killing this Palkia with Vival X, we're in a good spot since this isn't Magnezone or something. Yeah, so even with Giovanni, and even if they pull something, yeah, even if, yeah, they can't use anything, and then we win. So basically, that's it. That's it, guys. So we're going second with this one, and we're starting with Eevee, which is kind of bad actually, especially if we don't get Vaporeon because we can also use Misty. So that is one thing you also have to keep in mind. We can't use Misty on Eevee. And oh yeah, we got Vaporeon, so it was kind of lucky. So we can use Pokeball. Hopefully we get, so we got Manaphy. Ideally, we still want to have Palkia. So I used Misty on Manaphy since I can transfer it later on with Vaporeon, so it's not like it matters. I put it on a keep on Eevee just in case it dies to a Weezing attack. Since we can also retaliate 20 damage. Also, we got the Palkia, so we can retreat and then we can do our thing again with Manaphy. We're using Misty, but this time on Palkia, and we didn't get lucky again. So that's our egg, guys. So it's just a bonus. It's a win if we get it. If we don't, then we can do it the other broken way of using Manaphy. So I don't think they can still kill this. Yeah, they can't kill Manaphy. So this deck is really good against the slow decks. We can use the Giant Cape on it to survive again another turn and use it. So now we can, this Palkia can now kill the Weezing, and now paired with Vaporeon, we also have another excess energy again. They killed it. I'm putting Palkia in play. I think putting the Eevee in play is better because we can retreat it. I don't think the necessary damage is worth it, but since I don't think they will be releasing Darkrai soon, this is an okay play. So we'll be killing this Weezing, and their Darkrai can't kill this Palkia. So we win again next turn if they bring this out, unless they retreat it, because we can gain another energy and another 4 energy from Dimensional Storm. So they have to retreat this Darkrai. And even if they retreat it with other Darkrai, we still win. So incredibly good, guys. Yep. I don't think they were expecting a Vaporeon. So we hit the Vaporeon. So they won't. So yeah, the moment that I put the Vaporeon, they conceded. And finally, our last match. So I start with Manaphy, but I'm going first. So it's kind of that's okay. So it balances itself out. I'm using Pokeball to search for Palkia. We got it. Professor's Research to search another bench Pokemon we can put in play. I put out the Eevee so I can evolve it to Vaporeon, but I didn't put Palkia yet. So they won't be as threatened. So they used Manaphy, and I don't think they can still kill it later on because they are only doing 20 damage. So this is the famous Darkrai Magnezone, guys. This is one of the number 1 deck at the moment. And we're fighting it with Palkia, although I really got lucky with this one, with the Misty. So, but it isn't a sure win yet. Especially with the Magneton. They can gain energy. Magnezone can kill us. Paired with Darkrai, it's exact 150 damage. So ideally, I can gain more. I want this Manaphy to survive, so that's why I'm putting Giant Cape on it. So this is looking really good for us. So we can do two-dimensional storms in a turn. I mean, in 2 turns. So yep, another Darkrai, and they're charging again with Magnezone. So this is the purpose of Sabrina actually. So we can swap one of the either Magnezone or Darkrai. So they will have to retreat 2 points, and then we can use Dimensional Storm again. This time we won't have the recoil damage from Dradigan, so they can't kill this Palkia even if they use the Magnezone Darkrai combo. It won't be enough. Yeah, they conceded. So that's it. That's the power of Palkia, guys. It's kind of a high risk, high reward. You can also check out the written version of this guide in ptcgpocket.gg. You can check it in the links below. If you enjoyed this guide, why don't you check out my other guide as well, such as Dialga in the video beside you. Thank you.